And welcome to episode 125 of Two Idiots Reading Comics. Today we're going to be talking about Radiant Black. We're also going to be doing a quiz. And go ahead and hit subscribe, like, share, all that fun stuff. And do all that, come back, and we'll get into the show. And welcome to the best damn book club on the internet. My name's Ron Talmadge. That's David Crocker. This is Two Idiots Reading Comics. And today we'll be talking about Radiant Black and a bunch of fun stuff, I imagine.
Woohoo!
Yeah. It's been a crazy day, Davis.
It's been a shit day. That's what it's been.
Someone got humbled today. It's awesome. I like it.
Auburn's always getting humbled, but either way,
We've been humbled, bro.
y'all been embarrassed.
Yeah. But we're not today. Well, we are. But
Well, I don't know. It really wasn't embarrassing, other than the fact that,
it's the number 9 team in the country.
yeah, stayed close with them.
Yeah.
But yeah, Alabama had to watch Tennessee storm their own field after 15 years of beating their ass.
I wasn't going to say anything about it. I just said it was a day.
Yeah, I have to.
Because it's been a day since we recorded last night.
I have to vent, but my hopes and dreams of football kind of disappeared in a matter of 5 seconds.
I mean, you didn't play on the team.
I didn't either. I didn't, but it was just like, damn, I forgot.
Also, like,
I forgot that I cared that much about football. Like,
Tennessee's in the East. So
it is, so it
it's
really
not like they're
doesn't.
going to have a tiebreaker
right,
on
so
you.
it doesn't really matter.
You can still just go beat everybody in the
Yeah,
West.
just run the tables. Probably not play them again. Georgia might actually
Yeah,
embarrass them, and then
maybe.
if they play like they did. Well, I don't know.
Stetson Bennett's a worse quarterback than Bryce Young.
I'd agree with that. But Bryce is.
But
a
I
good
think
quarterback.
Georgia's defense is better than y'all's, though.
Oh, Georgia. Yeah, that's the big hole in the plans right now. But yeah, it's been a fun day of watching madness.
Yeah. These people don't care, though.
No,
This was like over a month ago for them.
either way.
Let's see. What all we talked about last night? We talked about you having a baby.
Yep.
Did that a lot.
Rifted on just kind of generic shit.
Yeah. What do you think about Andor? Have you been watching that?
Yes. So as of recording, I have watched
I'm caught up.
one.
I don't know what
two-
episode that is.
Okay, I watched all three of the openings,
Yeah.
like the ones that dropped.
I think we've had 3 more.
4,
It's either
maybe
2
5. I've either watched 4 and 5 or just 4.
Okay.
But they're currently
Where
they're
did you
getting
stop?
prepared.
To rob the thing? The hydro dam?
They just arrived at the dam
Okay.
and signaled the lieutenant that they were there.
Okay, yeah.
So
you
they haven't
finished the
gone in.
episode.
They haven't moved
Okay.
it. Like
Yeah,
they've
I'm
just
ahead of you then.
like they just got there and signaled and said, "Hey, we're here."
Mm-hmm.
And then they're kind of prepared. Like the 4 dudes are going to separate, and the 2
Yeah.
girls are going their separate ways. If this is all we're gonna do, I mean, I've seen the previews for, I guess, episode 6, and they're still dealing with the dam
Yeah, they just robbed it.
on episode like 6.
Yeah.
So it's taken. I don't know how many there is.
Okay,
I don't know
yeah.
if there's gonna be 8 or if there's 12 or.
Yeah.
But okay, say there's 12. You're talking about half of the series was dedicated to 2 events. The issues with Andor on whatever planet he was on to get started.
Mhm.
You've got the corruption that is, you're starting to see like the Imperial corruption.
Well, I mean, this is literally what they're basically trying to say. This is the event that starts the rebellion. I imagine that's where all this money's going.
It's not. I mean, it's not just it's not really the event that starts the rebellion. It's kind of the like.
Spark.
Rebels does it the best, where when they finally bring the Ghost crew like into the fold, they're like, yeah, we've had dozens and hundreds of you separated across the world, across the universe. Now we can finally bring you together. Like now we can bring each like 12 and 13 of you together and make one big faction, one big group.
Okay.
Where this is definitely seeming like we are.
Let's say I haven't watched Rebels. So.
The rebellion is so fledgling right now. It
Yeah.
is literally a whisper in the crowd.
Yeah.
And
Seeing
It's
Star
fun.
Wars.
It's fun. I mean, I'm
I was
having
gonna
fun
say,
with
seeing
it. But...
Star Wars version of like the CIA was definitely really fucking.
Oh
cool.
yeah, the Imperial Security Bureau.
Yeah.
Those dudes are fucked up.
Yeah.
They're so corrupt.
I was about to say, none of them seem like nice people.
No, fuck no. They have they literally like when the girl and her like this the same officer rank are getting together, and she's like, I can actually go after this. Like this is like I have an idea, and they're like,
He's like, you're not
yeah, that's not
taking credit
evidence.
for
That's
whatever. For something in my sector.
Yeah, it's like, no, you don't get access to this.
Yeah.
Like, we're not letting you just do this on a whim. That is right. Like, she's right, and because we know what's happening.
Yeah.
But it's just, I feel like they're taking a little too long.
Definitely the first 2 episodes. I felt
The
like
first
slow
2
as
are
shit,
just completely...
But
The
I've
first 2
enjoyed
episodes
every
were
episode
definitely-
after first 2.
They've been enjoyable, and I've enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah.
I would just kind of... Like, all right, if we're going to get to a point, let's get to the point, and let's build from that point. Don't just... It seems to just be taking a while to get there.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess after probably Boba Fett. Not that I didn't like Obi-Wan, but like
Obi-Wan was Obi-Wan. I mean, it
was
just...
above average.
Yeah.
And this seems better than above average. And so
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely even the 4 or 5 episodes I've seen is better than the Boba Fett series.
Yeah.
The Boba Fett series was high.
Just took all the cool away from Boba Fett.
Right, and then it was like the best episodes of it were a Mandalorian season 1A.
Yeah.
Like it was a
season
mid, like
2A.
season 2A.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I am glad, like, even the author, like the creators and all were like, no, we will not. This isn't fan service.
No.
We're not going to dump 8 cameos just to make everybody happy.
No.
Like, this is our story.
Mhm.
You know the main character Andor. If you don't like it, don't watch it. They were
very
dead
good.
serious. They're like, we don't care. Like,
Yeah.
we're making this show, and it is what it is.
Yeah.
You might see some people you know. We might introduce a few characters.
Also made one of the better Star Wars movies out there.
People give a lot of flack on Rogue One and the Han Solo movie.
Why don't they like Rogue One? I thought Rogue One was generally agreed it was good.
It was alright. I mean, they agree that it's okay.
And then anybody's like, "Oh, they just died all day." I was like, "Well, yeah, you
No
have to."
shit. My wife, when she
Why
watched
would
it,
they not be there? And
my wife, when she watched it, she
he's
hadn't
literally
ever
one of the
really
major
watched-
players in the rebellion.
She hadn't watched all the movies beforehand, but she was
Yeah.
like, she knew the general concept.
Uh,
And she's like, at the end, we got up the movie, and she's like, "Why did they kill him?" I said, "Honey, they can't, like, they can't."
how would they explain they're not?
Yeah, how
there?
can you, like, this movie came out 40 years later.
Yeah.
They can't, like, now be alive to show up in the main movie. She went, "Oh God, I wish I'd known that. It wouldn't have been so sad." But she loved it. She
It's
loved the
like
shit out of
they
it.
gave their life for a cause they believe
Yeah,
in. So.
exactly. And that's what I kind of like. And definitely in, I think it was either episode 1 or 2 when Andor kills those 2 security guards.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, they're gonna do it. They are gonna make the character edgy, or like he will do whatever it
Not
takes
like
to
a
save
good
his
guy.
life.
I mean, yeah.
It's not like Obi-Wan going, "Oh, I'm still a Jedi."
Not Batman
you
saying I can't kill.
you can live, and then they get captured and turn him over because he won't kill him and just
Yeah.
save his own life.
Mm.
And Andor's like, "No, fuck this shit,
Yeah.
gone."
I got shit to do.
Yeah, it's like I'm.
He's
out
looking
here
for
for my
that. They
ass.
kind of abandoned that plot line, but isn't he looking for his sister?
Yeah, they kind of. I don't know if that was.
That's what someone was also like. Holy shit! Star Wars just opened their show in a brothel.
They did.
Yeah.
They did. It's like Obi-Wan has to be nice and clean, and Andor's like, "Yeah, we're going to a sex store,
Yeah.
sex shop, not even a store." It's just like, "Hey, what you want, honey?"
Yeah. He's
We
like,
don't
I
have
think
a-
my
we
sister
have a-
works here.
We don't have a dark eye and dark hair, but we have a dark skin, dark hair.
Yeah.
It's like, huh? Okay.
And then you have two
Dude,
corrupt
two
police
corrupt
officers.
police
sitting there.
officers just sitting there. Did you know there was like no one else in the fucking like in the place?
I wouldn't imagine a brothel somewhere you want to hang out.
Well, I know, but it was just like weird that there was those 2 guys sitting at the bar,
Yeah.
and Andor was at the bar, and like no one wanted to talk to the 2 police officers.
I mean, I don't know if it's legal there. I'm not assuming their culture, so.
Right, but
Yeah, I meant to ask you that last night. I just couldn't find a place to put it in, and then we started
Yeah.
talking about your kid. So
but It's fun. I
Has
would
there-
like it to.
Have you tried to work in any like deep cut Star Wars names that your wife just doesn't know about?
No, I hadn't been that ballsy yet.
I mean, I think you could definitely work in. You couldn't do anyone major, but I think you could work in some stuff.
Yeah, like Luke, Han, Leia's definitely out.
Yeah. Anakin. Definitely not.
Anakin out. Ahsoka, just that's a little too far fetched.
Yeah. Do you be called racist for that one?
Possibly. Well, I mean, it is an alien from
Yeah.
a universe that
But it sounds
doesn't exist. It does
African-American.
sound. It does sound African American. Be more cultural appropriation than
Yeah.
actually just racist.
What's old purple Mace? No, because she'll want to call him Mason and not just Mace.
It'd be Mason. Kanan.
Call him Windu.
Ooh, Kanan. She wouldn't get that one.
Yeah, I don't know that one.
That's the Jedi in Rebel that
Oh.
trains the younger.
Fuck, what's our dude in Fallen Order? Something.
I always forget his
I
name.
know. I can't wait to replay that game before that.
Dude,
one
I
comes
like.
out.
I'm getting like I'm about to put it back in the next
Yeah.
couple weeks and like, okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Because there was still so much of that game I never finished.
I almost bought it again for the PlayStation 5 just so I can play it.
Could you not? Oh, you probably bought
I
it
didn't.
before.
I had the disc, or I think I had a disc PlayStation 4,
Correct.
and then didn't buy the disc PlayStation 5.
Correct.
And so if I had spent the extra $100 to get the disc PlayStation 5, I could just put the disc
The
in,
4
and then they would give me
the
the
5.
5 version of it.
They still. You don't have a code. Well, they probably
No.
didn't even have a code.
No.
When I bought my F5
And they made it
F122.
They made it very clear when you're at the beginning when they were like, we're gonna have backwards compatibility, but if you buy the digital version and you won't be able to put a disc in, and so they
So you
put it,
had to.
they said
have
it very
the
much
disc.
out front.
Okay,
yeah.
you had to have the disc. Because I thought with my F122, there was a code in the case
Mhm.
that was like, use this code to get your your PlayStation 5.
version. They probably do it on games now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
now. But that Fallen
Fallen
Order came out
was,
before. That was pre-COVID, wasn't it?
Yeah.
God, that game's been out for 3 years.
Mhm.
Wow.
You don't buy games nearly as often as I do. So
I really don't, but I did not remember.
Mhm.
Didn't realize it was that much older.
Yeah.
And we're also getting a Fallen Order book that's supposed to tie in between the first game and the second game.
Mm-hmm. I'm looking forward to that. When's Visions season 2 coming out? That show was good.
Visions. Oh,
There's
I
a
think
couple of
it's
those
going to
that
be
should have been.
mid 2023.
Oh. There's a couple of those they should have expanded on.
Well, they expanded. They
They
gave
got the
us the
book for the
book
first one.
for the Ronin one.
Yeah, I still haven't finished it.
I don't know what it was about it. The book just did not.
That's a premise they
It
should
didn't
explore,
feel
though.
right. It just didn't. It
A
didn't
Sith
flow.
Lord fighting, like, that, I guess. I mean, I don't know. That was. Where would a Sith Lord that was a Ronin type character going and finding other Sith Lords? Because it's always the rule of two with them. And so
Well,
it's hard to.
Like in main canon,
Mm-hmm.
the only way that would work is before the Rule of Two with Bane,
Yeah.
and that was like, I know my numbers wrong, but say like 3,000 years before
Oh.
Episode 1.
Yeah.
That's
a cool premise where, like.
back in the High Republic, or
Mhm.
in the there was a game,
Or I guess you could turn it.
there's a PC game that's
Yeah.
like a High Republic or something,
Oh,
and it's set
Knights of the Old Republic.
Knights of the Old
They're
Republic.
remaking that game.
Yeah. They're like the Jedi, like the Sith are like the Jedi. Like there
Mhm.
is like hundreds of
Yeah.
Sith. And you could probably, if you wanted to throw it in real canon,
Mhm.
that's where you would have to go back to.
Yeah. Unless you.
Where you had a
'cause I
Sith
guess
turn
you
on
could.
the Sith.
Could you make it Inquisitors instead of Sith?
You could do that too.
Or is there at
you could
some
have
point
a-
does Vader kill off all the Inquisitors?
That I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know what the final story of the Inquisitors are, because we're also getting an Inquisitors book
Okay.
next year in 23, and it's also I think it's supposed to be like the day Order 66 happens,
Mhm.
or actually pre Order 60, because the Grand Inquisitor actually was a temple guard
Yeah.
that killed Jedi and other guards to allow Anakin and the 501st to walk in
Unopposed.
unattacked, and
Yeah.
unopposed. And so it's probably going to start with him, like how they got him
Mhm.
into the to turn,
Yeah.
and then picking up children and the younger generation of Jedi,
Mhm.
and then turning them to Inquisitors. But I guess you could have an Inquisitor that turned, kind of like what they did with Obi-Wan. I mean, the second sister at the end was like,
Yeah.
"Am I good? Like, I'm only doing this to try to kill Vader.
And now you could just have
And
her
do I
on
have
like
any real loyalty to the Empire and the rest of the Inquisitorius, or is it just to kill Vader?"
Yeah. If somehow the Inquisitor, because if you haven't seen it, the first episode or the first short in Star Wars Visions
Yeah.
is called Ronin or something like that, and it's an old Sith Lord who goes around and kills other Sith Lords,
Right.
and then collects their kyber crystals and shit
Oh,
like
yeah.
that. It's pretty
And
badass.
it's like a penance against, like, he was
He felt guilty.
he was
or something.
involved with like destroying an entire world,
Yeah.
and this was his penance to try and appease his past sins.
Gotcha.
One of the stories I really enjoyed was when it was a girl and her father created sabers,
And he had like 10. That was
Secretly,
another one that I thought could have
and
been.
he gave her all the crystals to go
Mhm.
up to the planet, and it
Yeah.
was like to give it to the final resistance of Jedi.
Mhm.
And it was actually the Sith had killed all the Jedi, and it was
Yeah.
like 2 of them.
And
That
she
one,
had to go find the. Basically, at the end, she
master,
gets
yeah.
away and she has to go find.
like the remaining like
Yeah.
2 that have survived.
Mhm.
Uh,
That could have been a good show.
I hope that one. I really do hope they carry that one on.
Mhm.
One of the ones that was not my favorite was the band.
Yeah, no, that was kind of
That
silly.
whole band thing
Yeah.
was weird, and there was a weird short Boba Fett. That was all kind of odd.
There's some good and some bad.
But either they might could do an episode 2, like episode 2 of
Mhm.
Ronin, where they continue the story like from the book,
Yeah.
um,
I want some like completely new stuff.
or just completely new.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if it's going to be like 8
I'd imagine it's gonna
completely
be
new
completely
stories, or if they might take 1 or 2 of the really popular
Yeah.
ones and like give you an episode 2 of that,
Mhm.
or a part 2 of that.
Yeah.
That'll be. They were fun. Like they
Yeah.
were like, these have nothing to do with the
And they're
real
not
world of Star
canon,
Wars.
so-
This is not canon. This is a fun. Somebody had a fun idea,
It's like if
and we did it.
they basically told 8 different anime studios is like,
Have fun.
if you had the IP for Star Wars and didn't have to worry
Yeah.
about canon, what would you do?
Yeah, and I actually love that.
Yeah.
Like, cool. Like, let me know. Is this real? Is it not? And
Yeah.
if you tell me no, this has nothing to do,
All expectations are out the window.
100% in the door.
Yeah.
Like, let's roll.
But yeah, no, that was a lot of fun. Glad you're enjoying Andor. I am.
Oh yeah.
But we're here to talk about Radiant Black
Ooh.
from our same guy who wrote that Star Wars or the Power Rangers
Mighty
series
Morphin
we
series,
liked.
yeah.
Yeah. Kyle Higgins. And
Got a
then
few
everybody
comments on that.
says feel exactly like
Invincible.
Invincible. I didn't get that feeling, but
I
I still enjoyed it.
got that feeling a little bit.
Yeah.
Before we get there, we'll
Yeah.
hit the credits up real quick. We have our created by and writer Kyle Higgins. Our artist is Marcelo Costa. We have our co-writer Cherish Chin for Chapter 6. Guest artist Eduardo Ferrigato for Chapter 5. And Darko Lafuente for Chapter 6. Guest colorist Natalia Marquez for Chapter 5. And Miguel Muerto, Muerto, Chapter 6. Our main color artist, Rod Fernandez, for Chapter 4. And our letters is Becca Kari.
Yeah.
And apologies again for if anybody's name I butchered.
Yeah. I liked it a lot though. My only thing is like, if we spent that much time with Nathan, the writer,
Yeah.
and he's really not gonna get his powers back,
Yeah.
that's a little frustrating. It's like,
Now,
why did we spend all that time making me care about that guy Just to kill him in SU3 and give it to
Or,
his friend.
I had an idea. I had a thought about that, which is a cool take. Because has there ever been a story? I couldn't think of one off my top of my head. I'm sure there's been some, but has there ever been a story where you have had a main character like that, gotten these new powers, hasn't even figured out the powers at all, and has then been stripped of those powers?
The only thing I can think of is like, and it's nowhere near close, but like, obviously the origin of the Green Lantern is that alien crash landing on Earth and then the Ring going and choosing someone worthy from Earth.
Yeah, but see, that was an old. That
Exactly.
was already. I mean, that was an older
That's the only
Green
thing
Lantern
close
that
to
has
it,
been
though.
killed or dying. But no, it'd be like Hal Jordan getting his powers for like 6 months,
Yeah,
getting killed and handing the ring over
yeah,
to his best friend. And it was like that.
yeah.
Now, I also had a thought is maybe we were getting both of their stories. This whole time, yes, we focused on Nathan, our main, like the first guy that got the Radiant Black, or what they call the Radiant Black.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we were also getting Marshall's
Yeah.
story. So it's like we were getting hand in hand their stories and their kind of like their
Well, that's
problems.
some bullshit that they made me read that short story by Nathan then.
Huh?
If it was really about Marshall.
Well, I know. But then the little
the only
short
thing I can
story-
think of is the big bad also is that Nathan from like, because they
the
said
future or something.
they said you are until death, you are permanent into existence
Correct.
at all time and every
Right.
time and everywhere. I'm like,
Right.
well, if you're permanent in existence, then you
And you haven't
can't
technically
really
died.
die.
Right. I kind of had a,
What if it's from the? That's what I was sitting there. I was like, is the red? Before they revealed that the red Radiant Black is this chick,
yeah.
I was like, oh, is he that just Radiant Black from the? Is that Nathan from the future?
For Red or the one that they're trying to the
Yeah, I
overall
thought
big
I was
bad?
like, is Red? Because I did before you get to her little issue
Yeah.
explaining her backstory. I'm
well,
like,
and
oh,
when
it's
Marshall
just.
beats the shit out of her.
Yeah,
and
I was like,
cracks
is-
her armor.
I was like, oh, is Red Nathan from the future? Because they both had money problems, and it was like that would explain him robbing banks and shit,
Yep.
and then not immediately going to kick his ass.
Yeah.
And shit like that.
Um.
But you got the Power Rangers guy seemingly form his own different
Yeah.
colored
He just.
superhero team.
But is it really
Which I
that
don't
much different
hate.
color?
Huh?
Is it really that much different color?
No, I'm talking about each character was a different color and stuff like that.
What do you mean?
Well, you had Radiant Black, who was actually just black and blue. And the other person was black and red.
Yeah.
And you had a black and yellow and a black and pink.
Yeah. You just added black to it.
Yeah.
I did definitely feel like there was a couple times, even when Marshall sitting there trying to figure out the name for
He was
the
like,
Nolan, not
Yeah.
Nolan. Yeah, Nolan.
Marshall's figuring out the name for Nathan.
Nathan.
Yeah.
It's like he even puts on there Mighty Morphin copyright issues.
Yeah.
It's like when I saw that I was like, damn it! Like now I've got this. And then when they become radiant, when they're in the suit, they dream of this powerful being that's
Yeah.
talking to them. I'm
Looks like Zordon.
oh, there's Zordon. It's
Yeah.
like there's a lot of similarities going on here, folks.
Is this the stuff he wanted to do but wasn't allowed to do?
Yeah. Now,
But
how
it was a
did
lot of
you-
fun though.
We've discussed this before about how Volume 1's end and how I know the writers aren't and creators aren't writing their issues for volumes now.
No. But when
the
you put together a collective
the way
version-
they put together like you
You
have
should
the final
know
say
where
so
to
how to
drop.
do a collect right.
Yeah.
Why would you have added that extra issue with Red's story arc in it to end of Volume 1?
I don't know.
I feel like that either should have been the episode.
How
the
many
issue
issues were in this?
5, I believe.
5? I don't know.
No, 6. Chapter 6. So 6.
I guess because you couldn't do it because the Red Girl's backstory was the last issue, right?
Correct.
And which means the one before it was where Marshall got the powers,
Yep.
went and fought her,
Yep.
and then had the big reveal that there's more.
Yes.
You
and
can't.
then that.
You can't make the reader.
Yes, 6. So the
Yeah.
6th was this weird.
You can't
backstory.
make the reader sympathetic for Red while Marshall's going into that fight. You want
okay, you
you
want
need
him.
you want Marshall
him
to be the baby face, and then you can reveal that
to
hey,
make Red the big
Red's
bad.
this chick, and then you have this whole team.
Okay, all right.
And then you're like, well, we need to show them that Red's actually a good person, just on some hard times.
like she wasn't doing this as a malicious intent.
No.
It was literally I need to fix a problem.
Yeah. Which
Okay.
that problem seems very easily fixable. You just don't get married to that dude.
Dude, that dude is a douche.
Yeah.
Like, even when he goes into his first, like when she finds out all of her money's gone out of her account.
And he goes,
Oh,
I didn't think you were going to get in,
yeah,
and I thought I had more time
yeah,
to
I was
refill
just
it.
like, hold up now.
Jesus Christ.
Like,
And then, kind of I know gaslighting is a term that gets abused nowadays.
that was
That seemed like some
That
real
was, I
gaslighting,
think,
where he's like, "This is
textbook.
all your
Yeah.
fault because you went and checked it and didn't ask me." And it's like, what?
And then she punched the wall bare-fisted.
Yeah,
She wasn't in her suit. And
She still had
did
a little
that. She
glow,
had some
though.
glow, though. It was like, then he went, oh, I'm so sorry. It was my fault. And I was just like,
yeah,
you pussy
yeah.
ass.
No.
Like, you're a bitch.
Evil X number 8 if we're in Scott Pilgrim.
Huh?
Said Evil X number 8 if we're in Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah. I was just like, you bitch. But I just, as reading a volume, like, yes, I know you're not creating your issues because of you're thinking of putting
Yeah.
them in a volume, but you're sitting there going, okay, we're going to put our volume together now.
Yeah.
I would have stopped it at the end of 5.
We
Now,
also
it may have
don't.
been a little thin.
We don't know what
Now, right, we don't know what
7
issue.
through whatever is. It may
Right,
have
chapter
just fit,
7's going
It
to be.
may just fit better in this one.
It could have. And I would imagine chapter 7 we're going to jump.
Hopefully.
We're jumping to the hospital
Yeah.
to see Nathan. Brain activity.
Yeah.
Because currently he is alive, air quote,
Yeah.
no brain activity.
Yeah.
Which also, how great is this powerful suit if it can't save you from a building, but it can save you from a fucking skull pounding
Yeah.
from a Hulkbuster-esque looking suit?
Yeah, I don't know. He also may have like panicked when the whole building fell on top of him,
And kind of,
and he still doesn't know the limits of his power,
Out.
and clearly did not have the imagination that Marshall has.
Yeah, because now Marshall has a cape.
Yeah,
Like,
it seems very similar to like the Green Lantern
yeah. Now,
power set.
what I did think was cool, and definitely
Although
a
it does
completely
seem like-
different take
it
on
seems like
Mighty
each-
Morphin.
Seems like each color has a different like ability.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Like
saying.
the red
which
can
is
absorb energy and shit like
which
that,
is a different take on the Mighty Morphin.
or absorb material.
I definitely understood Red's.
Yeah.
Like she can
gonna
absorb
have to-
anything.
They're gonna have to info dump some powers now.
I don't understand what they're calling Radiant Black is. What Nathan and Marshall's
Yeah, like
powers
what's
are.
his?
Is
I
it
don't know.
pure like Green Lantern just thought
Yeah,
and just the world energy?
I don't know. Well, the Red could do everything he did, and
But she would
maybe they haven't
but she
figured
had to
out what his
touch
power
stuff.
is.
She had to physically touch it to absorb it.
I don't know.
Because Nathan's beat the shit out of her in space or in
Yeah.
the air. He says, as long as I keep you away from everything,
Yeah,
you can't take powers. And she grabs his arm
yeah,
and takes his power
yeah.
and then knocks his ass back to Earth.
Mm-hmm. I don't
And
know.
of course, one of the either the pink or the yellow has teleportation.
Yeah,
One of them has a teleportation project.
easily the best superpower
Project, not project, but
ability.
ability.
Yeah,
And of course, the fourth, no clue.
we don't know.
Speed, maybe.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's gonna be I'm sure it's gonna feel a lot like a
they're gonna have to info
like
dump powers.
Shazam. Like, you know how Shazam, like when they separated the
I don't
Shazam
like that.
powers, and it's like each like Shazam's name, each letter
Yeah.
is a like
Oh,
a being,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
like Hercules.
You think we're gonna get Megazords somehow
Huh?
in this?
I doubt he's gonna give us a
I would
Megazord.
hope not.
But
yeah,
I would imagine like each one
we combine
is
our
gonna
powers
have
to make a
Super Zord.
and it's gonna be the shape of that Zordon looking guy.
yeah.
Yeah,
I would imagine
that would be
like
funny.
each-
At that
it
point,
would,
it'd be
it
like,
would be like
we're just completely
you're doing it.
you
You're
motherfucker."
doing it. I
You
would
just
imagine
paid everybody to say it was invincible when it was really just more Power
This is
Rangers.
more Power Rangers. I definitely feel like each one, of course, is going to have its own special power.
Hmm.
And I like that they have individual powers, unlike Mighty Morphin, where they all have the same power. They just have different weapons.
Yeah, because it's not that big of a deal.
Right, and they
Yeah.
just have wildly creative kickboxing
Yeah.
skills. Now, something I've enjoyed
Hee-yah.
again. Huh?
I said he-ya.
Well, oh.
That's the sound every
Yeah,
Power Ranger
hee-yah.
ever makes.
What I did enjoy, and again, I think Invincible really, really got me to like this, and I've seen it in other things, of course, but seeing them try to figure out their powers.
Yeah.
Learning, like, anger makes
it's
me
an-
stronger,
It's
or
an
I can
origin
just...
story staple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just feels... I don't know why, ever since we read Invincible, like, where he's flying and he doesn't know how to fly.
Yeah.
It's not just like Green Lantern just hopped up in the air and flew.
Yeah.
It's like this dude has no idea how to control his powers, and he's trying to figure out, like, this much does this much does that. And I do enjoy that a lot.
Mhm.
But
No. No, it's a lot of fun. Right now I still have more questions than answers.
if we don't
It
read
is
this
a
on
legitimate it is a legitimate setup volume. So
oh, definitely. It's not a... Of course, it's not a top 10,
yeah.
but it is a top
It's very
20 that makes me
promising.
want to go grab volume 2.
Yeah, it's very promising.
Like, I ended this, and it was like...
I don't know how many volumes are out right now, but
2.
oh, well then yeah.
I think 2. Yeah, just 2 is out.
I don't know how soon we'll get back to it on the show, but I might go read it on my own.
January's got 5 episodes.
Okay.
5 weeks. We could hit up. We could hit volume 2 and that month
All right.
in
Cool.
January.
I will do my best not to forget that.
Yeah, I know. How long? Like, I think we talked about doing Radiant Black. There's 3 current volumes out, right?
Okay.
We talked about wanting to do Radiant Black like 4 months ago.
Yeah.
Like I bought it because I
Mhm.
got confused with what we were reading,
Yeah.
and it's been on my Kindle for like 3 or 4 months now.
Yeah.
Just like, oh yeah, we're gonna read this next.
Because it was like, oh, we got 2 TV shows coming out, and
The Batman was a little longer than we
everything.
thought.
Yeah, all that stuff.
But
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Again, the build itself has very much like Invincible, but it seems more like Power
which
Rangers.
definitely seems more like Power Rangers.
Which I don't hate because that's.
Oh, no, I mean-
I've got almost a whole. I'm waiting for. I didn't get the Kickstarter version, but I've got almost all the deluxe
Well,
editions.
I still hate that we both balked on doing the Kickstarter.
Yeah,
Like, now looking back, like, yes, still
And now that
$500. Like, looking back, yes, $500 is still a lot. But now that we're sitting here,
but then you look at all these other omnibuses that we want.
that
and
like
they're all
$100 a piece,
Yeah.
it's like,
that's 500 for 6 books.
yeah, and it's just like, and they're in like the special
special,
cover,
yeah.
special edit. Like, it's like, damn,
Yeah,
like
special box.
we missed that one.
I mean, I got the other deluxe editions. That
You
they-
did. I mean,
yeah.
you've got some really nice ones,
Yeah,
but just that
but a
really
couple were out of
special
print,
edition,
and I had to
yeah,
pay more than
Yeah.
I should have.
just those really special that special
Yeah.
Kickstarter would have been fun to
I
have.
imagine you can find it on eBay, but it's going to be.
Oh, it's probably. I would imagine for now they'd be $1,000.
Speaking of which, I mean, this has already happened for the people listening, but for us, Tuesday, box set 1 of My Hero Academia, volumes 1 through I think 20.
Just box set 1.
Yeah,
It's
Or-
just now coming out.
yeah.
Holy shit!
It's volumes like 1 through 20. Comes out on Tuesday, and I think on Amazon it's like 25% off, or something like that. Or it's
Wow.
like instead of like 170 something, I think it's like 150.
You know, that kind of shocks me that it's just now coming out with a box set.
I imagine you have to get pretty far ahead to get a box set.
Because I mean, that's
And
a
I
lot.
think-
That's a lot of stuff.
I think that is like been a more recent thing because I think box set 1 for One Piece, which is on like volume 100 or something,
Yeah.
came out like 3 years ago.
Oh, okay. So the whole idea of a box set,
Yeah,
isn't
like, I don't know if
isn't like a collected edition of like a DC or
like
Marvel
I don't know
comic.
if Japan does collected editions like we do over here, and as much as I would like a blown up, like bigger size,
Yeah.
not even if it's not even omnibus, maybe like the 3 volumes in one,
Yeah.
I would, and hardcover, I'd buy that. But the only ones I've ever seen do hardcover is something called Berserk, and I haven't read any of that. So
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
saw
gonna
I saw
invest.
that in our Books a Million the
Yeah.
other day, or my
Mhm.
Books a Million, and I saw the it almost looks exactly like the Berserker
Yeah.
logo, and I was like, oh shit! And I saw there were 7 volumes. Like, okay, that is definitely
Yeah, no.
not the Berserker by
Mhm.
Keanu Reeves.
But
But
I do wish some mangas would go hardcover. I'd definitely One Piece and probably My Hero Academia.
if they went hardcover,
I would
I'd
sell.
probably go grab.
I have all the box sets for One Piece. I'd sell all 4 if they started doing.
If they did
hardcover.
hardcovers of that, I would probably
Yeah.
go grab those. I mean, that's really nice.
Mhm.
But even the
But I mean, the box sets for One Piece. Other than like it hadn't been enough time for box set 4 to go
Yeah.
up, but they all went out of print like fairly quickly, and got bought up fairly quickly, to where you could just turn around and double,
Just
triple your
dump
money. Yeah. So if you don't break the plastic seal, you might
just literally turn
you might
around
be able
and-
to turn around in like 2 years and
and
dump
just
it.
dump it.
Yeah.
Man. And see, I had that idea with some of the things I bought, and then I looked at them. I'm like, I'm not gonna sell these.
Yeah.
Like, maybe in 20 years if I
Yeah.
just don't care anymore. My
Mhm.
kids don't care. It's like, sure, just get them out of the house,
Yeah.
sell them for whatever. But
My Hero
Like-
might actually be a fun read though.
which one
I've started My Hero Academia.
on the show, or you
The-
start reading it?
I have
I mean, we
I've
read,
read
the
volume
we read
one.
the volume 1 here. But
I'm still debating whether or not I'm gonna get the box set. I'm leaning towards yes right now, especially since I get paid next Friday.
yeah,
But I've
shit
been
coming out on payday week. Like,
Yeah,
it's like,
that's-
god dang it!
like I shouldn't, but it's convenient.
But it's convenient. It
Um,
just happens to come out.
But at the same time, I have been rewatching the show because, like I said, when it was really hot in the streets, I had Funimation, and like it would take forever for the English version to come out.
Right.
And so I'd like wait 3 weeks for one episode, and now I'm just I restarted and binge
Just
watching
binge watch it. Yeah.
a shit ton of it, and I
That's what
forgot
I'm doing
how
with
fucking
Naruto
fun it
on
is.
Netflix, and I was
Yeah.
like, and I never was a big Naruto fan, but it was just like it was
Mhm.
fun when
Yeah.
Toonami come on. It'd be cool.
Yeah.
And like I've started with what's on Netflix, just the original
I know
Naruto
they've
run.
added a shit ton of One Piece to Netflix. It's not just the
Yeah.
first 2 story arcs.
I
now.
saw a bunch of new episodes on there, and again, I never
Mhm.
started it, so I'd have
Yeah.
to start from 1. But
It's a fun watch.
it is. But
Yeah.
oh, but talking about like the box sets might be a new like in
Mhm.
the past 5 years. I did.
Yeah.
I have noticed that we follow a guy on YouTube that does the omnibuses
Near mint condition. Yeah.
for, I guess it's been Marvel, DC,
He does like almost
Image,
everybody.
everybody. There's recently been a lot more 90s and 80s collected editions are
Mhm.
seeming to be coming out.
Yeah.
So that idea may only be like this century, like this,
Omnibuses have
last
been
decade or
a
something.
thing for a while.
but like these
Like
hard
early
copy, like
2000s,
deluxe
yeah.
edition things.
I think they're the 90s and 80s ones have been ones that have probably they've done an omnibus before,
Yeah.
but it's been so long. Now you have a whole new crop of people
Okay.
who are either
alright,
looking to
alright.
upgrade because they read the one too many times,
Yeah.
and now it's all cruddy, or you've got a new crop of people who are like, let me grab that.
Us.
Yeah.
Like us that are
Although
out.
most of the stuff I've bought, I've like already read at least like the
Yeah,
first volume or 2.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
then I just saw, oh, well, they have a deluxe. Let me,
let me go ahead and grab the
because
yeah.
I like the first volume.
like
so.
Flashpoint. I got the
Yeah.
10th anniversary Flashpoint that is like 13.
Well, I saw that omnibus you bought, and there's a bunch of shit in there that we haven't read.
Well, of course, it collects everything. It collects
Yeah.
all the 5 issues by Batman, the
Mhm.
Batman, Aquaman, the whole Justice League side missions.
Yeah.
Were like the original only collected like what we read.
hmm
This is every fucking thing.
Yeah.
So it's got a lot of fucking extra in it.
I mean, the ones I have, like I said, almost all of. I'm literally waiting for the last deluxe edition of the Power Rangers to come out.
Yeah.
And I've already got it pre-ordered. We read the first 3 on the show, so I
Yeah.
know I'm gonna enjoy it. I
Of
just
course.
gotta sit down
Just
and
gotta
read all.
finish it. And I've read 2 more ahead.
Invincible, we've read the first 3 volumes, so
Started
I've got
picking up those.
I've got the first 4 deluxe hardcovers.
Saga. You've got all 4
I do.
now.
I have
You've got
the
all
3
4.
Saga. Just 3. There's 1, 2, 3. Because there was 9 volumes.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
3
Yeah,
for
yeah,
each.
so 3.
I got the Saga, and then Scott Pilgrim. I knew I was gonna like because I love the movie, so
Yeah,
I just
so
went
you
ahead and
got
got the. And then you got me for my birthday
The
the Snyder first volume 1, which
yeah.
I've already pre-ordered volume 2 for whenever that website gets their
Yeah.
volume 2 back in stock.
And
So,
then for me, I've got you got me the Charles Soule 2015 Darth Vader, the entirety, 1 through
Mhm.
25 and some extras.
yeah.
I've got 2 sagas. No, I've got 2 Invincibles.
You got 2 Invincibles, yeah.
No sagas.
You could never
uh,
find them like all 3 together.
I
which-
know in my brain, and like, yes, we've read them all, and I could
Mhm.
just grab the 3 off the shelf.
Mhm.
But for some reason, my brain is like, nope, you have to buy one first.
I wonder you could.
I'm sure I could just look them
Get
up
all
and just
3 on
order
a
online.
website or
Yeah,
something?
I could just
Yeah.
order them online, but it's just like my brain just won't let me just get.
Get all of them
3.
out of order.
Like, yeah, I could just buy 3. Next time I see 2, buy
Yeah.
2, then wait for 1. But
Mhm.
it's just like my.
Especially now that you've read it all.
Yeah, I've read it all. I don't know why my brain is just like,
Yeah.
it won't let me do it.
Mm.
I'm trying to think. I've got that, the Darth Vader, the 10th year
Like I'm not.
Flashpoint. I've got. There's one other one. I'm pretty sure that I'm.
You got a
I'm forgetting.
Spider-Man, but it's not really
Spider-Man.
an omnibus. It's a
No, it's like
a story arc.
It's a yeah. It's Black Spider-Man, not
Oh,
Miles Morales Spider-Man,
it's
but
the
Black
Venom suit.
Spider. Yeah.
yeah.
It's like a '90s run with like
Yeah,
8 or
it's like the first appearance of
like a
it.
'91 and then like a '92 comic.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of chopped up comics in there together.
No, but like you were talking about 80s and 90s, I don't think I would jump to the. Like I wouldn't see it and be like, oh, well, I'll just buy the omnibus.
Yeah.
No, I'm like, I've read a little bit of it and I know I like it before I.
Oh yeah,
make that
I'm
type of
not,
commitment.
Like I've seen a couple on there. It's like some like X-Men
Mm-hmm.
omnibuses are
Oh,
coming
there's
out,
a shit ton of X-Men omnibuses.
and it's like, yeah, I like X-Men, but it's not. I don't like it enough to just
Yeah.
go grab
Mm-hmm.
this rando X-Men hardcover off the
Yeah.
shelf.
No.
But
But yeah. I don't know what went to that tangent, but yeah.
I don't
First off, we're doing a quiz this episode.
Woohoo!
We need.
You losing it this month.
Well,
this
I need
month.
to. We need to write down and confirm the hard and fast rules
We need to set some
of
rules.
quiz because when editing, I'm like, oh, we change rules all
We
the
change
time.
the rules a lot.
So you get 3 guaranteed questions. But you have to bring, if you're the quiz maker, you have to bring 5.
Yes.
You get 1 question right. Typically, we've been doing $40. I'll open the floor to if we want to lower that, or I don't think we should raise it.
Definitely not.
Do we want to lower it to a lower price? You are
Well,
having a kid.
Well, it's not just that, but I feel like a $40 doesn't really buy you anything. Like if you went into a store,
You can get
right
like
now,
you can get the deluxe hardcover. Like you could have got those sagas. You could get
aren't
one.
those 50?
Those are like 35.
Are they 35
I know
something?
the Invincible ones are around 35ish.
Oh, okay, all right. Because for some reason, my brain was thinking like a
You
25
can't get a
something and then a
hardcover?
50. Like there was a 25 to a 50.
It
jump.
depends on page count and all that.
Okay, so I would say keep it at 40.
You
for-
could get
for
a
the
deluxe
first.
hardcover. You could not get an omnibus then.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
There's no getting an omnibus at 40.
Yeah. So keep
So
it at
one
40.
right's $40.
Okay. Then the second one is where we always. We've said
We have
70.
changed
We've
so
said
many.
60. My vote would be 60 or
Well,
65.
what is the next tier that you would like? If you got 2 right in an issue, what would you go buy right now that would get you not a deluxe edition, but would be more than like a saga?
I don't know, because we started out as like we literally go to the comic book store and then
and
you
then walk
find
around
something
and
there.
you buy $60 worth of stuff.
Yeah, so if that's the thing, then it doesn't matter. It's just literally what are you specifically holding
For
it
$60.
for? Yeah.
How
So-
about we make that
But then-
70?
65.
Okay, fine, 65.
Okay, split the
Then
difference.
your third tier is
It's
$100,
Yeah.
which got us, what did you
That's
say? So
3 correct.
65.
2 correct is 65,
65. 3 correct
is 100.
will be 100,
Yes.
which
And your hard
gets
cap,
you.
you cannot, if you're saving up for something, you cannot go above 100. Because you can't just walk in one day and be like, oh, I have $300 saved
Yeah,
up.
I
I'm going
won't-
to spend
I
all of it
won't.
right now.
2
Yeah.
long boxes of
No.
something.
So your save cap is $100.
So when you hit 100, you got to cash out.
Yeah.
Or you get one question right and you don't answer another question.
Yeah. But that being said, let's say if you get one wrong out of the first 3,
Yeah.
the rules are you can you can save where you're at, or you can cancel out the other person's,
Correct.
however much they have saved.
Right.
Those are your 2 choices if you get one wrong.
Yeah. So under 3,
Yeah.
right, cash out or cancel.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, if you're in a situation where you hit all 3, you can save it where you're at, take your 100, or you can risk it all. Doesn't matter how much you already have saved and what you got today, you can risk it all and go for the perfect 5 for 5.
Go for 5. Right. And that is, like, if you get 4
That
out of
is
5, you have.
Yeah, then if you get 4 out of 5, or you get a perfect 3 out of 5 but risked it, you're just canceled out.
The
You go
second you
immediately
risk
go
it,
back. Yeah.
It's whatever's in your bank.
You immediately go back to 0 no matter what.
Even though it's in your bank.
Even if you had saved, you go back to 0.
Okay. So, all right. So if you hit all 3,
Yeah.
you either stop or
Yeah.
you risk it all, go for 5,
Yeah.
hit
that
all,
is-
hit all, or lose all.
Yeah. 5 will say $150 can pretty
Five's-
much get you whatever you
5's
want.
150.
Yeah.
If you can get a 3 and then double it, risk it all,
Yeah.
go for the 5 on top of whatever you got,
150.
you're going for 150.
Yeah. And then if you miss one of your extra 2, you immediately go back to 0.
Yeah. So it's a hit all 3 and you stop,
Yeah.
or risk it all, go for 5, hit all or lose it all.
Yeah.
Not like that.
Okay. Now that being said,
You currently
Um,
stand.
I'm sitting at $80. I think you are.
I cashed out.
You did, but we did you last month. I think you got.
Did I not just cancel you out last month?
No, you didn't. I think you saved your $40.
Why did I not cancel you out? If
I
I
don't
saved
know.
the 40, why did I not just cancel?
I think you just saved the 40.
Why did I not
Because
just
we
cancel?
talked about it after. I was like, I literally put the whole cancel out thing in so you could avoid
Why did I
paying.
not, if I
I don't know.
saved the 40, why did I not
Probably
just
because
cash
you're
it
riding
out?
high on cashing out. You're like, fuck it, let's start saving for another book.
Oh yeah, because
Last time I was here,
I
you-
was on a book buying high at the
Yeah,
time.
literally last time
Because
is
you brought me my winnings with
Yeah.
the Vader.
and then you handed me
I handed you your present.
and
I
then
bought the flash
showed me
point.
your flash.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was on a buying high
Yeah.
then. That
Um,
quickly.
mhm.
Was that before? That was when we told you. Was the last time you were up here? No, that was 2 times ago.
Yeah, something
So
like
2
that.
times ago is when I gave you everything. We recorded in
Yeah.
the room. That's when we told you we were pregnant.
Yeah,
And then we came out here and recorded last month, and I was still on the high.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because we were literally like setting up, and you're like, yeah, I looked at this, like the Donny Cates
Yep.
Venom,
Yeah.
blah blah blah. I'm like,
Yeah. When does
cool,
that,
dude.
the Venom comes out?
I want to say November.
I might just buy that personally. Like
Yeah.
that one might just go in the bank. Just
Um,
what's today's date? The 17th?
yeah.
No, 15th.
Okay. There's something I was gonna add, rule wise, that way.
So as of
Normally
today's date, you're sitting at an $80 bank.
I'm sitting at 80. Yeah. So I
But
can
we
really
don't have an $80 bank anymore.
no,
As of
because
we
I
currently sit.
had 240s.
Yeah, 240.
I had
So
240s
currently
in a
you're
row.
sitting at $80.
Yeah.
Davis is sitting. Me is sitting.
I think
at
you
a
have 40,
because I got
yeah.
1 right. No,
Mhm.
did I get 2 right last time?
We might have to go back. We'll go back and check, but I think you're at 40.
We'll have to check on that one.
Yeah.
But
But that's not important to this show.
it's not important to the current situation.
Yeah.
And all right. We will stipulate
There was a rule that we normally do. I forgot what it was.
if you get skunked completely.
Yes, if you get skunked, then the question maker gets $40 to their bank.
That's right.
That's what I was thinking of. Why, you think you're about to skunk me?
There's one that you might get out of.
You got me 5 Pokemon questions. You think I'm only gonna get 1?
Yeah.
Damn. I mean, I haven't watched the anime in a long time, so who knows?
All right, if skunked, Asker gets $40.
Yeah.
Because that's a pretty high honor to skunk.
Yeah.
I mean,
Don't go in saying you're gonna get skunked. I learned that lesson.
I know.
the hard way.
I may have fucked that one. So
Don't worry. Next month, I'm redeeming my Harry Potter.
we're going Harry Potter.
I'm telling you right now, we're going to Harry Potter, and I'm not letting you get all 5.
I know this is like a month late, but R.I.P. to the actor that
Yeah,
played
that
Hagrid.
literally
He
just
passed
happened
away.
for us yesterday.
Yeah, passed away at 72 years old.
Yeah.
Like, that seems young. Like, in
Was
today's
he
world,
like super big, or was that
Yeah.
just camera
I
trick?
think they did put him maybe on some stilts or something to
Yeah.
make him like extra tall. But I mean, he was a very large man.
Okay, so do I get subcategories?
All right. Your first one is generic. The world of Pokemon,
Okay.
like the actual creatures.
Okay.
2 are about the regions.
Okay. Is it a question about a specific region?
1 is.
Do I get to at least know what region that
I
question
will
is
give
from?
you the region. I will give you like the generation.
Mhm.
My second question's a 2-parter. Which I'll give it. It'll be
Yeah.
2 questions. It's a
And I have to get both right for one?
no.
Okay.
You can. It's 2 questions.
Okay.
One question gets you a point. The other question gets you a point.
Okay.
And that's about regions as
Okay.
well. So there's really 3 that's kind of about regions, and the 4th is about a power up.
Okay. Imagine that's like Mega Evolution or Z Power or something like
No,
that. Okay, well, fuck. Give me number 1.
the first one.
That general Pokemon question.
How many types of Pokemon are there?
Okay. We've got normal, fire. No, normal, grass, fire, water, electric. God, been playing the TCG for so long. Normal, grass, fire, water, electric, psychic, fighting, steel, dark, dragon. That's 10. Fairy. Now we're getting into the video game ones. Flying, bug, ground, rock, ghost, poison, okay, ice. I'm having to be like, okay, this one in the TCG is these combined.
What do you at?
I feel like
total?
there's one missing. I want to say it's 19, but I can't name that last one. I'm going to go 19.
All right. This is. So. You just named off everything.
I named all of them.
I,
So it was 18?
how many types of Pokemon? I have 12.
12?
12. Is off of a quiz that was in the thing.
That's
Which
definitely wrong.
And like the second you like passed 12 and you hadn't even said
Yeah.
poison and fairy yet, and that was the 2 I was waiting on you to miss.
Yeah.
I was like, "Fuck it." Well, he's
Yeah,
got them. I mean,
no.
that's so I don't know if that.
I'm going to
may
call
have
that
been-
correct because that's
Yeah,
completely
that's correct.
wrong.
Yeah, it's correct because I mean you just kept.
I
Naming
think
them.
it's 18 or 19.
You
It's
kept
one of the
naming
two.
them, and I was sitting there. I was like, "Oh, yeah."
And you were
he's-
like, oh, well, yeah, that's a type.
"That's a type." It's
That's
like
a type.
even in my head, I'm like, "Oh no, fuck, yep, that's
Yeah.
a type. That's a type.
Okay.
That's a type." Yeah, you got that
Okay.
one right. Because
It's 18 or 19.
I'm wondering if that 12 may be like a combination, like
I don't know. I don't know what it could have been. Unless it's Gen 1. Gen 1.
But Gen 1 you
Gen-
still wouldn't have had.
Gen 1 you take out
Well,
fairy.
Gen 1, you have grass, fire, water, electric,
No,
rock,
see, Gen 1, all you do is take out fairy, dark, and steel.
and dragon, too, right?
No, because Dragonite was a dragon type.
That's right, that was a Gen 1.
Yeah.
That's right, because Gen 2 gave you fairy
Yeah.
to fight the dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Because dragon had no weakness in
Ice.
Oh, I thought it didn't have a weakness.
It was ice.
But it just wasn't that strong.
There was only one mono ice type. There was three ice waters, but water was only half effective towards dragon. So you're
So
like,
it kind of counteracted.
so it kind of
itself.
like, but
Yeah, fuck it. That one, you
Yeah.
got that one. What you want next?
You said the last one was based on what?
A specialty. A specialty characteristic that you can obtain in the game.
Oh, so that's like,
A 10. I'll give you the. It's a 10.
okay. Give me, list off the three regional ones.
So,
If you like, you said
Alright,
one, you
alright,
can give me the specific region.
Gen 1, name the 8 gym leaders. Alright, I'll give you the 3.
There's a
I'll go ahead.
technicality. I'm pretty sure I can do that. In Gen 1,
When you start giving technicalities,
there is
I'm
a.
fucked.
Okay, so in Gen 1,
Yeah.
video games, the poison type leader, Koga,
Mm-hmm.
is a gym leader.
Okay.
In Gen 2, I think Koga is in the Elite Four, and his daughter, it's either Janine or Jasmine, took over the gym.
well, that's
Because
Gen
Koga
2,
went
right?
to, that's Gen, in the Gen 2 games.
Yeah, this
But
Gen
it's a-
1.
But at the end of Gen 2, it was a huge surprise that, oh, you can also go back through Gen 1 and play with your Gen 2 Pokemon. So, but if we're counting it Gen 1, then I can easily do it. I always forget the daughters. It's either Janine or Jasmine. So,
Alright, well, there's Gen 1. The
okay.
8 gym leaders of Gen 1.
Okay, I will go ahead and knock that one out.
What are the 8 regions?
I might be able to do that.
And the second half of that question, what are the 8 regions?
Like, what area do they
Like,
represent?
what are their names? Like, what are, like,
Oh, yeah. That's what I can do. I'll do the 8 gym leaders first.
Yikes,
Obviously,
folks, I'm
you
fucked.
go Brock, Misty,
yep,
Lieutenant Surge.
yep.
Here's where the order gets kind of iffy, but
I don't care about order. I just need the
okay,
names.
I'm pretty sure it's Erica,
Uh-huh.
Sabrina,
Uh-huh.
Koga.
Uh-huh.
Hold on, Brock, Misty, Lieutenant Surge, Erica,
You're up to 6.
Sabrina,
And
Koga.
You've said Koga.
Giovanni,
Yep.
and Blaine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fuck. Alright, what do you want next?
You said the 8 regions?
Yeah, you've got your $100, so.
No, I legit like.
You
You
can
said 8.
gamble
You said 8, right?
the regions.
Yes.
Yes.
So we're not counting the newest one, Gen 9, because I already forgot that name
I would have
from Scarlet and Violet. I won't think it is. Okay.
I think that's 9. I think.
I think I can do that one, but if the next question is easier, I will take that. What is the 4th question?
The TM. What is the TM?
What is the 5th question?
Hang on. I think I may have fucked
Oh,
up.
you said that one was a 2-parter.
Yeah, I may have fucked up.
Yeah, because that sounded. You said what
I've
are the
already
8
said
regions?
How many yeah, I've already fucked up. That was the part. How many regions total was there?
Oh,
So I fucked up. So I only got 4 questions because I
Okay.
gave you that answer.
do you want to go
I can.
find a 5th real quick?
Are you?
Let me see if I can.
Are you thinking about trying to go
I will
for the
do. I will do the regions, and if I get all 8, then we'll address going to 5.
5? Okay. Then I'll have to go find the 5th
Okay.
question. If
If
you want to gamble at all.
okay,
So
the
what
8 regions.
are the 8 regions? What are their names?
Yeah, because I've already capped out with these 2. So
Correct. Now
and yeah,
you can either say fuck it and go home with 100, because you can't make more
yeah.
unless you hit all 5.
I mean, I will most likely just stick with the 100,
I figured.
but I'm gonna
you
answer
can have
this
fun
question.
now. You can now just
Yeah.
have fun.
8 regions. You got Kanto,
Yeah.
Johto,
Yeah.
Hoenn,
Yeah.
Sinnoh.
Yeah. Do you, just as a fun thing, do you know what Sinnoh's other name is?
It was just in the fucking Hisuian.
Fucking Jesus.
That
fuck.
game literally just came out, and in the TCG right now.
Is that
That's
what
the
they
Legends
originally
Arceus.
call Sinnoh?
Yeah, Legends
Sinnoh.
Arceus is ancient Sinnoh.
Oh, okay, and they call it
Hisuian.
Hisuian. Oh,
And they did different forms of Pokemon.
right.
And this past year in the TCG has all been like
Those
Hisuian
Pokemon,
Gudra
yeah,
is a
oh,
deck that's out right now.
Okay.
Hisuian Palkia is the best deck out right now. Or Origin Form Palkia, whatever.
All right, so I'll recap. You've got Johto, Hoenn, Kanto, and Sinnoh.
Yeah, the first 4. I want to say Gen 5 is Unova.
Yep.
See, Gen 6 is hard. I forget that one. That's the one in France.
You've got 4 or 3 left.
3 left. I know one is Alolan, which is not
Yeah.
Gen 6. The
Pretty
one
sure it was
after
Gen
that.
7, wasn't it?
Yeah. And then Gen 8 is Sword and Shield. That is Galar.
Yep.
But X and Y did not have whatever form, so I'm having trouble remembering what it was. I've actually played through X and Y. And it's based on France. And I can't remember the name. So I go like I couldn't even.
Yeah, I stumped him on one, folks.
What's it start with?
Okay.
Oh, Kalos. Yeah, I wouldn't have got that.
I think either way. And you fucked it.
Yeah.
Jesus fuck. All right. Well, you're not playing for 5.
No. I'm
So you've
taking
capped
my-
out. You've hit your hundo.
Yeah.
So
Can't play for 5 even if I wanted to.
why'd find the 5th?
Well, no, I didn't get the last region.
Well, right, but if
Yeah.
you had hit that,
Yeah.
then I would have found the 5th because
Yeah.
I would have urged you on to play for 5
Yeah.
if you could have played that.
Yeah.
Either way, all right. I fucked up with my question. What is the Generation 1 TM01?
Cut. No, that's HM. I don't know the TM then. I just know the HMs.
Okay. Mega Punch.
Yeah, no, I would have got that.
okay.
wrong. That's why when you said TM, I was going to clarify. Or you mean HM or
No,
TM?
TM, yeah.
No.
I remember,
Yeah,
when
no.
I was looking, I was like, when I was reading through them, I'm like, that? I was like,
That's a good question, though.
yeah, I was like,
That's super deep cut.
TM, that doesn't, like, I know cut and
Yeah,
surf
that's
is, like,
HM.
up there, and then I was like, and I looked up, and it was like, 2 separate, so I was like,
Yeah.
give it
The
me
HMs
the
are
TM.
thing that you have to get through to progress through the
to
game.
progress through the game.
Yeah. That's why the HM slave is you literally get a bullshit Pokemon to learn all those.
Just
And
to
carry 'em around.
surf and
Yeah.
cut and move and
Yeah.
shit. So, moral of the story is, don't call out, you're going to skunk somebody.
Yeah, not at all.
How many times has that happened now?
Twice.
I really...
You're the one that went all 5 though, and I just gave you the easiest Harry Potter quiz.
Yeah, you gave. Yeah, that was. I had to catch that one. I thought with Gen 1 being so old,
Yeah.
and just because you've been so high on the current generations,
Yeah.
just playing cards and all, I thought you would slip up and miss one,
Oh no.
like miss one of
I
the
would
gym
tell you
leaders.
right. I'm telling you right now. The bulk of my Pokemon knowledge, even though I've been playing the card games,
Yeah, is Gen 1
is
yeah.
1 through 3. Mostly 1 and 3. Although I have finally started playing through Soul Silver.
I don't know why I kind of had a feeling like what I imagined was is you would have like Lieutenant Sarge.
I thought
Like,
Lieutenant
you would have
Surge-
missed, like-
yeah, no.
Like you would have been sitting there going, like the regions, like you
Yeah.
missed the one regions, like
Yeah.
you would have missed the one gym leader,
yeah, no.
and then the types, like you start naming them off, and I'm even sitting there going, yeah,
Yeah.
you got
Mhm.
past 12, and I was just like, yes,
Yeah.
that one, he got that one,
No, honestly, with Pokemon, you have such the biggest cop out or whatever.
yeah.
You could literally just be like, "What is Pokedex number 573?"
All right,
Which would be a dick move, but if it was, that would have been like, that would have been. I would have straight up been like, my question number 5 is, and
Yeah.
subcategory I would have told you is Pokedex entry,
Yeah.
and because I would have immediately went, and then like if I said fuck it, I'm
Gambled for
gambling,
yeah.
that would have been my cop out answer.
Yeah.
Or my
And
cop
see,
out
I
like
had-
I'm being a dick about this question on
Yeah,
purpose.
the regions one I kind of had that as the ace and the TM.
Yeah,
The
that's-
TM was my ace
that's
in the
another
hole.
one. You'd be
It
like,
was
what
like,
is TM? Blah blah blah.
yeah, it's 0-1. What
Yeah.
is 0-1? And it'd
Or
be
you
like,
could pick out just some absolute random Pokemon and be like, what level does this Pokemon evolve in? And
What's Ash's mother's
Alpha
name?
Ruby. Yeah,
it just. But I knew, like, I would imagine, like, as we progress in our questionnaires, we will get to the point, like, we have to ask those
Yeah.
just insane questions.
Mhm.
But right now, it's like,
that was me when I was like, what team was Obi-Wan in the beginning of
gold.
Gold? Yeah,
Yeah. I'll never forget that now, though.
yeah,
Like, you kind of have to do that to me to Star Wars.
Yeah.
And I'm learning now, I kind of have to do that to you to Pokemon.
yeah,
But the rest of it, it's kind of like, let's test the waters.
yeah.
Batman, Harry Potter.
We're gonna have to get off some different categories too. We're just gonna have to
We're just
be
going to bite
okay
the
with
bullet.
getting different category questions.
Now, what I have thought about doing is maybe not the category being solely based on one genre. Just
Yeah.
5 random questions.
Here are things I know you like, and I'm gonna ask you
Yeah.
a question.
I'm going to ask you
Okay.
5 questions.
I could do that. Yeah.
And it just be,
Yeah.
and then I give you the category: Pokemon, Batman, Star
Yeah.
Wars, Harry Potter,
I can see
Flash,
that.
Justice League, Marvel, and then of course try to narrow it down closer
Yeah.
so you can have at least an
Mhm.
idea where to go.
Yeah, I could do that.
Because if not, we'll literally just bounce back and forth between Batman, Star Wars, Harry Potter, and
Yeah.
Pokemon, and then it'll get very old.
Yeah.
We'll really start finding some really deep cuts to each other.
I'll be honest. I want.
Oh yeah, that's the question. Are you cashing? Well, I
Oh,
guess
yeah, I have
you
to.
have to.
I want absolute Sandman #1.
Sandman.
Yeah, it's comes in big, and it's absolute edition.
Is that what I sent you? That's like that wide.
They have like 5 different collected versions, but the absolute is what I think I was leaning towards getting. The problem is it's $125, so I might have to spot you 25. If
I
not,
might could find it for.
then I'm just gonna go ahead and get you to tack on 2 Venom hardcover omnibuses.
Christ.
If you order it from that one website I showed you, I'm pretty sure they're like $75 instead of $100.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just send me what you want.
Yeah.
It'll be
But,
in the books.
those are the
I
two
don't know if it'll be
things.
here as soon as our next recording, but
No, I think because that one doesn't even come out until November. The
Which
Venom one
Oh,
doesn't
the
even
Venom,
come out
yeah,
until
yeah,
November. So,
but by the new year you will have
Yeah.
by the new year's recording you will have your winnings.
yeah. All right, cool.
You know, we've only ever had 2 winnings out of this whole thing.
Have we?
Yeah.
I've never cashed in.
I've only cashed once, and that was
Yeah,
because I hit
so
5.
this is gonna
This
be
is our
yeah.
second winnings.
Good. I don't need. The whole reason I put in the cancel thing is so we
It's
didn't have
we
to.
could we could check each other.
Yeah. But yeah.
Sweet.
Love showing off my Pokemon knowledge. Keep bringing those. But next week we have crossover number 2
Woohoo!
or volume 2.
Volume 2.
Yeah.
Got an interesting conversation about that one.
Yeah. It's gonna be fun. Got super meta, but we'll save that for next week.
Yeah.
All right. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.